All right, so now let's go back to our home page. Maybe the form's just working now. If I even have a form on the home page, that could be potential as well. Let's go over here to our pages. I probably didn't. Let's just go to our contact page. That definitely has a form. Or it should have a form. All right, so I'm noticing the logo's missing in the footer. Let's take care of that real quick. You can see how focused I am. As soon as one thing breaks, I want to fix it instead of coming back to it. All right, footer. Oh, that should be an easy fix. Yep, there it is. All right. So all of that is good. So don't need that, Just cleaning stuff up as we go. All right, so we come here. Let's go look at our contact page, which just has a single block that says contact. So our form block, which works in our JSX converter, but does not work in our render blocks. So let's take another look at our render blocks, which does not appear to be open anymore. So let's find it. Not rich text. So we got that working. That's fine. Render blocks. Oh, again, I do have it off. So let's take another look at our contact page. There it is. Okay. Self-imposed issues here. So that's the first big part of this stream. We wanted to make sure that we got our render blocks working. So let's go back over to our page. Okay, so not quite. Let's get this figured out. Okay, so it needs to have blocks. That makes sense. Type null is not assignable to type. So it's showing up. I'm not going to worry too much about this right now. So again, my favorite thing to do, TS ignore. Perfect. All right, so that is good for now. In fact, does that even happen when I go over to my blog and I have render blocks in here? Or do I not have render blocks? I don't, because it's built into my actual lexical thing. Okay, so now let's go back. Page, fine, whatever. Come back over here to our actual pages. So all of that is fixed. The next thing that I want to do is figure out what I'm going to do for in both our footer and up here. I've got these industries that I work with, and so this is not a great visual experience, but regardless, so small businesses, real estate. And so right now we've got our industries. So it's right now linked to industries, like this one, for example, small business. But if I click on it, there's going to be not found because I don't have it configured yet. And so I'm not sure if I want to do a new collection. That seems a little bit overkill for what I'm trying to do. But I definitely think I need to do a new route. Let's take a look real quick at our pages. So we've got contact. I have this parent page thing here, which does have a load of different, like in our actual relationship to other pages that I have. So what I could do is just create a new page, create new, and just create an industries page. Don't need a headline. I'll do some SEO stuff, just so there's an image. I need to add more images here. And there's going to be no parent page for this. We'll put this to be published. Nothing there. Content, don't need anything there. And then title, industries, boilerplate. Before I move forward, I might want to do an auto-generate on meta image. If I can do that down, it needs to be in my payload config. Then we will take a look here. Where's our SEO plugin? All right. So generate title, generate image. So I wonder, because I need to go over to my page config. I just didn't enable it. So we'll see. All right. So then we have our SEO description. I don't think I have, where's my payload config? Did I close it? That was silly. So in order to have the auto-generate, we need to make sure that we have our generate description, our generate functions here. Otherwise, I can't import them into our actual config. So now I can do has generate function, set this to true, and then do the same thing here, has generate function, set that to true. And so now I can set this back to industries, auto generate, industries, auto generate the image, which does not exist. That was my bad. And then I don't have anything for the description either. Shoot. Okay. Well, let's, I don't even know where we would take the description from. Let's choose from existing. Do that. All right, we'll see if any of that worked. But regardless, we have our industries. Then I can save. Value must be unique. Which value? Let's refresh. Did somehow an industries page get created? No. So let's try that again. I think I just screwed some stuff up with that generate image. So industries, we'll choose from existing there. Do SEO, title. There's nothing to generate from description, just to not mix anything up again. Do that, hit save. All right, so now we have our industries page here. Great. So I hit back. This page is already included. I don't really need it to be a standalone page. I may eventually do that, but regardless, we can now create a new page where we can do something like small business. And then we're going to set our parent page to be industries. Again, choose the same image we've been using, page status to published. And this is, we work with small businesses, affordable deals and flexible payments to make buying with us easy. And then we can do a CTA button, sure. I've been really liking the idea of doing relationships for links for anything that's internal, but we won't worry about that now. So we'll do contact and just set link to be whatever that was. Contact. And then we can set this to be is primary. And then we can set our content. We'll add a block where we'll just do, we're not going to do anything too intense here. So let's just do content, no media. We work with small businesses. So we'll just do basic content. And we don't want to include the primary background color for this. And then for SEO, we'll auto-generate the title. And I don't have a summary to actually auto-generate, so I'll get rid of the auto-generate there. I hesitate to do auto-generate there. I will in a second, though. So let's save this just to see what happens. Do SEO, auto-generate. And we can get rid of this for the meta description, because I don't have anything to generate from. All right, so let's auto-generate that. Value must be unique. It's very interesting that it says that. I wonder, so if I go here, let's look at our API, because I think there's something with our payload config generate image. Yes, so if I go to edit, the image I have is outside of content. So I wonder if I can just do, I don't know if this is going to work. If not, we can do doc.image.image. I don't think I even need that. All right, do I need this one? Let's take a look. Let's go ahead and refresh this. All right, so that does not work. Well, let's see where the image is. So hero, content, meta. So parent page, great. Page status. All right, so where then is our image? Is it in the hero? It is. Okay, so we can do doc.hero. Try that again. Got to make our stuff work. All right, auto-generate again. So value must be unique. Let's refresh just in case. All right, save. All right, so that's not working like I want it to. That's okay with me. So we haven't even gotten to SEO stuff yet, so we will worry about that later. Let's go ahead and save that for now. Come over here and get rid of has generate function, and that is great. So now if I click on small business, nothing's still going to happen. And so here we need to figure out then if we want to do industries, we definitely need to do either a catch-all slug for our pages, which would mess up some stuff, or we can just add in our pages a new TypeScript file. Well, it's going to be a JSX file that we'll call, oh no, it's going to be a directory first. So first, We're going to add a new directory called industries. So now we're going to create a new TypeScript file, again JSX, and we're going to do page.jsx. We're going to add, and I want to see something here because I think we can just use this same template here. Though, of course, well, maybe not. So, no, that's not going to work because I need to pull out the parent. No, I don't need to do that. So, we could do this as a catch-all, but our params become an array at that point. So I'm probably overthinking this a lot. What does this look like here? Is it worth organizing it this way? If I have parent page as a column, let's take a look at that. Parent page, I get industries, which is going to be, so in that case, yes, it does make it worth it to organize it this way, but let's just try it. We're here to experiment, right? This is live coding. We'll figure it out together. All right, so let's rename this to be a catch-all. Hit refactor, and so some stuff's gonna break. I can guarantee that. Let's see if we can go back to the home page. Okay, so at least that didn't break. A required parameter slug was not provided as an array received. Oh, let's see. Hold on. If I go to contact, though, I get that. So slug is equal to home. Let's log our params promise just so we know what we're looking for here. I don't see our log. All right, well, let's go back to the home page then and see what we get. So I get nothing, which is fine. That means that our slug is equal to home. So I think this is too much trouble for what it's worth. So let's go ahead and just refactor, rename this back to slug. Refactor, let it refresh, make sure everything still works. It currently is not, but again, I did just jack up some stuff, so that's to be expected. Okay, so there's an issue in our page template because it's trying to take from that instead of there. All right, so that's back, that's running. We can open contact. Perfect, okay.